I'm saying? So somebody gonna pay. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so he, you know, his reality or the way he rules people is to keep people thinking about the damn future. And the future is now. And he ain't gonna really push the envelope so much. So I ain't worried about him fucking with me. But I love nothing more than a bunch of damn niggas with all they gonna say is walking out here with no shoes on and shit. I'm no watching the ass. You know, cause niggas are just like, we ridiculous.
Yeah.
We ain't shit, fuck us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You see, Juju used to tell me that before. He said, the white man ain't your biggest problem. It's these goddamn no good ass niggas out here. We ain't become stink.
There you go. There you go.
What seems amazing about me is that all this is deep, but it ain't deep.
It's simple.
You know, to hide it in like the Bible, so to have all these hidden messages and codes and all that. That is deep, but
you know what it is though? You were saying that right now as a person that is really functioning on the enlightened level. You see what I'm saying? On the enlightened level. To somebody to walk in off the damn street, shit, they won't know what they, you know what I'm saying?
Run out of here.
But it seems like it's amazing to me is that this shit worked that everybody is fooled. Even though I was fooled myself. It's like, how did that work?
Psychological.
Yeah, but
Even psychological. How did that work to
yeah,
be
but
like that?
most people couldn't read. Like especially the King James version.
Imagine somebody
They read
And if you try to
even
read,
then, how did that work?
Here's a scenario. Somebody, you come over here on a slave ship, they sell your mama that way, your daddy down that road, your sister down that road.
But you just talking about the whole world too.
oh, yeah.
But it's the same.
Yeah, also,
You get disconnected.
they call them the Goyim. They call them the Goyim. The Hebrews call them the Goyim, the masses. Shit, if you having damn babies every fucking hour, shit, sooner or later this shit gets to just be out of hand. There's too many motherfuckers on the planet to comprehend anything on a greater magnitude also too. Then you gotta provide just fucking damn horse troughs for these motherfuckers down here, hog troughs. Just straight up survival. And you get caught in that shit. It's just a cesspool, man.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas also too, cause I also want to. Also, you know, with us as black people, they can keep a people, just looking at us alone, because we are a microcosm of the macrocosm of all society. With us, if you can keep a people ignorant for so long, you can reverse the polarities where like I said yesterday, where common sense and great intellectual thought becomes abnormal. Right. Whereas ignorance could become a part of a cultural thing. Whereas ignorance can become so much until it becomes who you are as a cultural essence.
Yeah.
They can reverse the polarities, whereas whenever you are ignorant, you are in a greater function.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all these goddamn niggas with the rap talking about keeping it real, which means keeping it real damn dumb. Right. That's what the white boy made ignorance so much of a fashion until it becomes a cultural essence of who the fuck we are. And whenever somebody comes with some good intellectual shit, he's stoned because he's throwing in something abnormal. That's a damn shock to the system. It's about the same as a motherfucker when a person is sleeping, you get a good damn sleep and somebody wake your ass up, you be ready to kill some damn body.
You remember the chapter 5?
Huh?
The household 5. You mad to kill somebody.
Right, you ready to kill some damn body. They waking you up to tell you to get the fuck out the house and stuff. Waking you up to tell you that somebody get ready to come here and shoot your ass. You ready to kill this person. So you can keep a people ignorant so long until also they have found out also too, based on genetics. This shit goes all the way down to your genes. Whereas they studied the worker bees called the drone bees, and all they do is just work and stuff like that and all. And they say they have literally isolated the genes of a human, the drone worker human genes, and they are making motherfucking humans so they can somehow isolate the genes and make a motherfucker a damn drone.
Yeah.
A worker drone.
Something like that.
You see what I'm saying? Like that. No, see, this is a lot of shit, man. See, this genetics, this motherfucker is goddamn the mad scientist. And they've been dealing with this stuff here, man, all the way from slavery on up. Whereas you got the people out here, man, I mean, that's why they say don't cast pearls to swine, man, because in actuality, this real deal knowledge is a shock to their system. They've been conditioned so long, man, until you see people, man, until the ignorance, man, is their every move. It's a culture now, man.
That was just like you were talking about at these colleges. They walking around, and it is amazing. You see people, and you wonder, well, what's wrong with them? What is happening?
And so what it is, they have come in with the youth under this whole thing. See, basically what they did was this here. Basically was this here. Your rap music was an expression from the streets like we've always had. But if you notice anything, it's just like a dessert. It's a flavor and a flair. You know how you go to the restaurant and you have your dessert, you have your main course, and then you have your dessert. Now they didn't reverse that shit. It's a side item. As a side item, it's extra added flair that actually makes it great. But if you take away the main course and put the side item, you go into a damn restaurant and eating a motherfucking damn chocolate mousse. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn banana split is your main course and stuff. You can reverse the polarity. So what they did was, if you notice, they took the rap, which was a side item, to all our other stuff that was based off of blues, jazz, gospel, and the mainstream stuff, which basically, you see what I'm saying, was the actual cultural expression, and they took this little side item and came, and now it's mainstream. So now basically what they have done is they can take a person from the projects in Louisiana, and this brother from a middle class community in Connecticut can be hearing this shit, and he will take on not only the mentality, he can take on the whole essence of that person, and all. So basically, they reverse that shit, man. So and you thinking, oh, that's just the young shit. No, that shit is real dumb. You should see these assholes. In the age of enlightenment, that's real dumb, because we ain't never had that kind of shit. Even out of slavery, we had a certain sophistication and an air about us. So anytime a goddamn race becomes subpar than your grandparents in adverse conditions that we came out of and produced genius, you know that they done reversed this damn shit, man. Basically, man, you got this fucking savages.
Can we realistically compete with that?
No, you can't. That's why we talking about it in the world. You gotta get it. It's over. You don't get shit. I told you last night, don't be fucking around coming up and talking, making us some improvement thing. This ain't no Les Brown. This ain't no goddamn Dionne Warwick psychic friend. We talking about ending the damn world. Right. It's over. You gotta get it. It's over. You can't compete with it. Because number one, they got the children 24 hours a day. And even if you come to get them out of this, you ain't talking about a conversation for a couple of damn minutes compared to this shit. It's over. You see what I'm saying? It's over. You see what I'm saying? When Camelot was broken in the thing. See, first of all, the Camelot was talking about a place in a faraway land, a new nation of an older empire. That was talking about us. But in the movie Excalibur, he says, well, Camelot is finished, it's destroyed. The only thing left is to look for the Grail. That's talking about a spiritual icon to get us up out of this shit. This shit is over. You see what I'm saying? There ain't nothing you can do. We are through dealing on the physical. Because they have reduced us to a subpar savage level, and we cannot get that back because we don't even have a system. So you got to realize, after slavery, they separated us. So we had a system to create this wealth of information, wealth of this stew that held us together, this glue. It held us together. The white boy understood we're going to have to break this system and scatter them amongst, you see what I'm saying?
So that means
the wilderness. Huh?
Twice times we've been separated when they took us from Africa to here.
Yeah, and then we developed our own Camelot, and they had to break what's called. We went back into slavery in 1965, but it was also a part of the It was also a part of the Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, and the York Rite and all, and that one day they would have to put us back into slavery. You see what I'm saying? We would either have to put them back in slavery, or we would have to exterminate them. That's what Thomas Jefferson said. So in 1965, after we built this thing from 1865 to 1965, we built this community. They said that they didn't stop this community. If we would have gone into the 1980s, on into the 1990s, segregated, we would have been an economical power. It couldn't have been broken. Not only that, we were healthy back then. If they said that if they didn't break Camelot, they used Martin Luther King to do this shit. It was all a government conspiracy. It was all a government thing. If they didn't break it, then if we would have gone into the 1980s, just the 80s. It only took 10 years to destroy it. By the 80s, and Reaganomics came about the 90s, we was through. If we'd have gone into the 1980s, segregated, what would have happened was we'd have been an economic power that couldn't be destroyed. First of all, the regular segregation would have, the society was going to, based on the technological society, the regular segregation would have fallen anyway by itself. But people forcing you out of your institutions, your school, your doctors, your lawyers, and throwing you into the wilderness, you understand what I'm saying? It broke that glue and the cohesiveness. So we can never get that back. That's why the Kerner report came and said, if you don't stop this bullshit by the 1980s, it will be irreparable, also based on mentally. So we are finished. That's what I've been trying. We are through. All this old bullshit, we are through on the physical realm, but that is prophesied. It's prophesied, when will the Christ come back? They said when the last temple of Jerusalem falls. Well, it's also talking about the falling of the physical body or the falling of the mind of the particular ones. Now, on one hand, that's positive too. On one hand, that's positive too. And what I mean by that is this, by that being positive. It's like the movie, it's like this girl, Kay Thomas, had a show in New York. It was called I think it was called the Kay Thomas Show. It was on LIV or BLS and all, and they had this conversation going on about you know, how black people don't do for themselves and how black people don't support themselves, and they had just hours of people coming in how we fucked up and all, and then the spirit entered into the station, and one guy said, well, hey, wait a minute, maybe we don't supposed to do those things. Maybe the things that we are looking at that we are failing and the stuff that we don't do, maybe we don't supposed to do. We don't supposed to be, do those things. And other people go, you know, you might be right. And for a split second, they hit into this particular realm that we are dealing with now, saying, fuck this shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Christ is like. The Christ is supposed to be something that is abnormal. Something that is abnormal with the total structure of things. Now, when you really think about black people, when you study us on the earth, we are committed to Christ. We committed to Christ's act. We are the only people that are truly masters at fucking up. But we talking physics and alchemy here now. On one level, at civilization, that sounds sad. But if you're talking about something greater than civilization, we are the only people that have gone to that particular element, provided, given everything, where we have actually crossed over through fucking up. Because if you deal with alchemy, alchemy is called illumination through putrefaction. In order to go to another state, you have to rock down to the core. That's what Anama did. She descended. She had to get up all her layers of royal training and royal this, because we used to be kings and queens, till she became nothing. And then she had everything. From the nothing, you get the absolute. So who is the most advanced? That person that has nothing has all the potential. You see what I'm saying? If you have everything, your cup runneth over. You have to pour that cup out if that cup is running over with bad shit. You see what I'm saying? So on one hand, this is also positive, because at least it produced a form of us. The reason why we're here, the first wake-up call is we start seeing contradictions And it's like my mama said, you know, it's sad. She said, you know, it's sad. We really thought that we was doing a little bit better. All to look up in the late 80s and stuff and find out that we was worse than what we were before. She said, this is really sad. But that was the wake-up call for us to try to start searching for other alternative means. And as a result, we're now hitting on this type of shit. In so much, we are doing the process as we talk. Because in the Kabbalah, it says that the Christ act that they're talking about is a process. And some folks are saying, you know, what do I have to do? They always come and say, what do I have to do? I believe in all this practice, and practice. They don't even understand. We're doing it as we speak. Just look at us and what we're discussing and what we are and what we come from. We're fucking goddamn slaves. Right on the street, they got some nigga around the goddamn corner begging you for a fucking quarter. You see what I'm saying? We are fucked up. You see what I'm saying? So we have become that spiritual rot, and so in every essence of the word and stuff like that now. But then again, that, my friends, is what will take us to the next level. We are totally dead on this realm. So it's also like I said the last time, if your hearing leaves, your eyesight gets better. If your eyes and your hearing gets better. Well, if your brain dies, then something else comes in. It's called primal jelly. It's in the movie Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. These dead people were walking around and shit. And they was eating up the physical by eating up the bodies and all. He said, well, these motherfuckers dead. How they operate? He said, some kind of primal jelly. Fucking melanin. So the brain stops, the brain is what? The matrix. So although we have shut down, we have gotten rid of the matrix.
To reach back and try to help those who aren't together, there's a greater chance of us getting dragged back into
That's romanticism.
Right?
That's romanticism. Yeah.
So then
The book of law say, compassion is a vice for kings, pity not. Be ye against the people, O my chosen. That's what they told you in the Matrix. Those people that we trying to save, they are to be looked on as the enemy, because they will fight. They are still a part of that system, and they will fight you tooth and nail.
That's all the Indians say.
Damn them.
But they say that they call them thunders, and they say they said at the fourth thunder, things could still be turned around. But now, because they had the Hopi on it, no way, it's over now.
No,
Can't be turned around. It's nothing they can
this thing is through.
It's got to go its course.
The chances are slim and none. You see what I'm saying? It is over. And that, my friends, is the ultimate reality. Whereas they say, look, you know what I'm saying? But there ain't no more what the damn Bible done told you before. It's good old religion told you that shit years ago. You know what I'm saying? What's that?
Maybe the kids can be saved, can't they? Young people.
The kids?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Now wait a minute, first of all, let's analyze this. How the hell you gonna put something off on somebody else to do what you can't do with the damn knowledge? What the fuck gonna save them? Plus, I'm gonna tell you, this shit is reversed. Really, in real civilization, if you go to the goddamn monuments in Egypt, count how many children you see on the monuments. You only see the child Horus, and that's talking about something else spiritual. But think about it. Count how many children you see on the monument. See, it's backwards. A child can only be saved through an adult. See what I'm saying? So the whole thing about saving the children is wrong. You're supposed to save the adults. If you got them train an adult to be healthy, it already falls in line. A healthy adult, you're going to have healthy children. You see what I'm saying? So they got it backwards. They tell you to throw the adults to the wind and save the damn children. You understand what I'm saying? You can't damn save a child unless you got some damn knowledge. How the hell you gonna save the children? You got dumbass adults walking around this shit here. See, it's backwards. Look, you know right now, they tell you right now that most of your psychological problems is because of your parents or something that's this and fucked up shit. It's like my mama, they say, well, you know, Somebody asked my mama, said, how you able to raise these boys where they didn't go out and do all the other shit? She said, well, I just figured it out when I was grown. I said, all I got to do is don't never do nothing to make them embarrassed about me. And that way they grow up healthy. If you ain't embarrassed about your mama, you know, the daddy don't matter, he a hard head, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? You know, that nigga, that's the pop. He just screw dealing, you know, he a hard head. But if you ain't embarrassed about your mama, you healthy. Most mass murderers and shit that you notice, even in the white thing, is something with their mama. That's what Elijah Muhammad said also too. But we still talking about adults. How the hell you gonna have a damn program to save your damn children and your mama out there goddamn prostitute? And you know that shit. You know what I'm saying? And she might get broke one night, come up and ask you to get something. That's some crazy shit. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it, it's backwards. They focus on the adults. You see what I'm saying? In the ancient world, you see all the literature and all this, all about grown-up people. You never hardly see children. You see what I'm saying? You never hardly see children because a children is basically retarded. Now, what do I mean by that? Retardation just means the energy is not fully developed. You understand what I'm saying? They said that you basically, you wasn't even considered a grown until you was down 30. And if you notice, everything started when you was, basically, you got out of the priesthood when you was 40. Even the spinal columns of the vertebrae and stuff don't even fully develop until you 30. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, it's backwards. We teaching the damn children, you understand what I'm saying? To forget by the time they're damn 18. You see what I'm saying? And all this type of thing. But now, believe me, see, that hope is a bunch of cancer. So you already done put it off someplace in the damn future. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the damn children. No, this shit is now. I wouldn't trust no goddamn child for my salvation. You see what I'm saying? Now these crazy ass motherfuckers out here know what's going on now. See, that box your ass in because you ain't got no hope. You see in the damn future. I've seen the enemy and it is us.
You know what? Some of that is true, but some of it isn't. Some of the children are getting it.
They getting it now with us.
But they're focusing on the ones who are not getting it. But they're not focused on the ones who are getting it.
Yeah, they are getting it, but they're getting it along with us. The process is going, it's all happening now. But I'm not talking about some futuristic event on down the damn road.
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
That's why the cracker is fighting now.
Because we're still getting it. In spite of all that he's still trying to do against us,
Yeah.
there are some of us who are still getting it. And regardless. Even if our mothers are on crack or what have you.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's going. I hear what you're talking about. You're right.
And he's a boy, and his mom is a crackhead, and she goes over there, she acts a fool all the time. But as that boy turned 10 years old, he's still getting what he needs to get.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. But still yet, that's the individual. The masses, we're talking about the masses, the individual, there's different capacities. There's different capacities for different people. And it's always been the individual, the nucleus. I'm not saying that everything is one monolithic thing, but that's what we're focusing on now, the individual. But when we was talking about in retrospect to the masses, that's through. That's an individual that you know in your life, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about, I travel all over, and I'm telling you, this shit is finished. That's your hope. You see what I'm saying? Our hope does not lie. See, that's what children do. They say, when I grow up, and see, that's what the Willie Lynch thing says. The white man always tell you, motherfucker, you supposed to be doing this shit now. There is no such thing as the future. The future is now. You see what I'm saying? So that's an individual, but when we talk about the masses, we reject knowledge. Like what's the name say? You know, Chris Rock was saying, you know, don't come around with all reading and writing bullshit. We're talking about people that are trained, and I'm not talking about no ghetto people. I'm talking about motherfuckers. I'm sitting up in the office. These are the so-called, I'm sitting in the damn office, chilling with a brother, chilling with people. And the brother know I got all this information, and I'm not trying to jack myself, and I'll sit there for hours and he won't ask me no questions on no consciousness.
They don't wanna know it, they can't.
But he will talk about Bill Gates, he will talk about the computers, he will talk about this car, he will talk about thinking rich and how to make this money on the goddamn stock market, and he will talk about all that kind of shit. But then again, on the other hand, our people told us this shit thousands of years ago, and you don't have to go get no sophisticated booklet there. That shit is all in the goddamn Bible.
It's one up on there. What about the Afro-centered person? They're the same way.
They're the same way. And plus, we don't even have a solidarity with the Africans. They ain't got nothing on their mind. This shit is worldwide, unending. You see what I'm saying? So my point is see, even in basic psychology, you must face the fucked up problem to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? There's one thing in the spirit of things and all, but if spiritually, I'm not gonna give up on this bucket, but if the bucket got a goddamn hole in it, I mean, that's good in theory in romanticism, but this shit got a hole in it. Plus now, we just had a discussion on how fucked up we are by ourselves. And we didn't include the white man having a system, and he's basically working towards the demise every damn hour. You understand what I'm saying? Plus my point is this here, when we say give up on it in the whole damn yard, now what we talking about so somebody can live better down here? See, my point is personally, I don't want to live in a civilization and have utopia for the motherfucker that done raped my grandmama. Goddamn it, I want some goddamn justice. No, fuck the $1 million. I'm saying if every black person in the world got set out tomorrow where they doing good, that's not good enough for me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even want no motherfucking world where shit gets better. Call me crazy, now I don't want the shit. I want what I want. I want this motherfucker to be over because we deserve this shit.